area on the internet that you will hear good sports takes, primarily revolving around fantasy football, but also other things, and good political takes at the same time. Today we have a lot to talk about. A lot happened in both sports and politics over the past week. We have potential match fixing happening in the FIFA World Cup, which, I mean, are we surprised that that's happening? We have potential match fixing happening in the UFC, which, again, are we really surprised that's happening? We've also got some political things that have happened. And I mean, if you don't know politics and you don't know what happened, I mean, it's pretty hard to not know what happened. If you're on social media, you probably know what happened. You know, um, yeah, I don't. I mean, that's what we've got today. It should be a good day. Should be a fun day. Should be a wonderful day. And I think we should just get straight into it. We got more to talk about other than that too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we do have, there's quite a lot today, especially with, I mean, the World Cup, because we got a game going on at 12 o'clock
Yes, indeed. One of the
with
semifinal matches.
France and Spain. I think we got to go back to the round of 16, though, if we're going to talk about the FIFA World Cup first.
That is true, yes.
Um, Pretty much all the way back, I think we covered everything up to USA and Belgium. We kind of talked about um, the suspension and how we kind of hope that the suspension wasn't just overturned by Trump, which it was. So that's
Yeah.
great. But then Belgium completely destroyed us and made fun of us at the same time. Which
Christian says VAR Argentina, which is yes, exactly.
holy shit, Argentina.
VAR
That's so
Argentina.
true.
So true.
Um, but yeah, USA got their clocks cleaned by Belgium, and I think Belgium came out with that much fire because of what happened with the red card. Um, so I guess it didn't really matter in the end, but I think it mattered because it made this game bad. I think the U.S. was like, oh god, this is so bad for us. Like
Yeah.
it was already bad for him to get a red card in the first place, and then to have Trump go in there and like fucking pull strings to get the red card suspended is just so bad. And then Belgium just mogging on us as well, like that's just not a good look. But this is pretty much what we thought was gonna happen with the USA. I mean, getting to the round of 16 and then losing. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what happens pretty much every time now. So
it is. And I mean, we don't have Tim Howard on our team this time to face this Belgium team, which is just as good, if not better, than the last Belgium team that we lost to as well. The only difference between the two is that in that Belgium game in 2014 in Rio de Janeiro, I'm pretty sure is where it was. Um, Tim Howard made 16 saves. Uh, Matt Freeze made, granted, he had four really good saves, but he could have had more, and he was directly responsible for that third goal, which was just like I feel like that third goal was a nail in the coffin. Um, I mean, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was thinking. I know he's probably heard, you know, so many times over, like, what are you doing? He's probably never done that in his life as a goalkeeper, to be honest with you. And to have that happen in
yeah.
that situation is just like, I feel for him. It's heartbreaking for
Well,
him,
I,
you know?
it is one of the things that's really weird though is that like you've never seen something like this happen before, right?
Hmm.
And it's happened twice. It happened twice in 1 year in American sports. We had our goalkeeper hit and Young Wei Koo. Like both of those guys did the same exact thing on that goalie play where they just kicked the ground.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that happened twice in 1 year, but uh, we that's I hope I never see it again. Like I genuinely like that was it's hard to watch.
it really is hard to watch in those situations. It's not good. Um, and on top of all that too, I think you touched on this a little bit, but I feel like Florin Balogun getting that red card rescinded, even without it being with Trump's help, even with it just being FIFA doing FIFA things, I genuinely do believe that having that happen lit a fire underneath Belgium's ass
Yeah.
and put like an extra chip on their shoulder because that like they were pissed and rightfully so. You know,
Yeah. And up to that point, Belgium, I don't think Belgium looked really great coming into that game.
no,
And the USA was on a heater, right? And
yeah,
then once we got
absolutely,
there, it was a flip.
yep,
So yeah, I mean, just really, yeah, I that whole red card debacle thing, I think had more of an effect on this game than a lot. Just in terms of like mindset, I
yeah,
don't think Belgium would have came out swinging as hard, and I don't think the USA would have made as many mistakes
yep, I
if
agree.
that didn't happen.
Um, we also did or I guess I did that game live, and even just watching the game live, I was just sitting there and I was like, man, from the very beginning, I was like, yeah, this is not going to look good. Tim Ream was a step behind every single play. And I said it in the very beginning of the World Cup, and I'll say it again. Tim Ream is a USA legend. There is no doubt about that. And if we had Cameron Carter's Vickers in and playing, I think it would have been a much different situation. The dude is fast, he's tall, he's young, he's really talented. He's got, he's a world he is approaching world class center back play as a center back in the Scottish Premier League playing for Celtic.
Yeah.
But he tore his ACL in March, so he is not going to. He probably won't play in a World Cup. To be honest with you, I don't know because he'll be 32 when that next or 31 when that the next World Cup cycle comes around. So it's just sad. I think
We
that
also
game could have been different with him, especially that first goal. That first goal. I mean, Tim Ream's there. He could clear that, and he just didn't.
we have the start of a new curse as well. I mean, the Trump curse is real. Every time that Trump gets involved, the team loses. I mean, he went and cheered on the Knicks, and the Knicks only lost one game of that final series. It was one that Trump went to. Now Trump gets involved in the USA men's team. They immediately lose to a Belgium team that was not looking very good coming into that game. So perhaps we're perhaps there's a curse
Yeah,
going on.
could be.
Hopefully that man does not get involved in any Kansas City Chiefs games coming up. Uh, but let's move on to the maybe I think maybe the most controversial game of the tournament, which is Argentina Egypt.
Agreed. Yeah, Argentina Egypt was okay. Well, where do we even start?
I don't even know.
First, for
That was
go ahead.
what do you think? Okay, so it was 0-2, right?
Correct.
Should have been probably 0-3, but
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, you're giving up 3 goals, right? In less
Yeah.
than 20 minutes,
Yeah.
right? Like that's got to be on. You have to take some accountability for that at some point, right?
You absolutely do. 100%. And yeah, I mean that foul that they called back on the other side of the field, that
Horrible.
was that was the same foul that Embolo got a red card
Hmm.
for
Right.
in the semifinal versus Argentina.
Well, not only that, but then so we had that goal that was reversed. That the foul happened like 20 to 30 seconds before and 80 yards behind, right?
Yeah.
So there was that. But then we had it later in the game. Egypt was going kind of on a run. He gets fouled in the penalty box.
Right.
with the same. It was practically the same exact foul, right?
It was.
And then goes all the way back for an Argentina goal, and that doesn't one doesn't get called back, and there was no foul called,
No foul
right?
called. Yep.
So that's really bad. Like that has to be consistent on both sides.
Yeah, no, it
Um,
does. It does. And it hasn't been all tournament. It hasn't just hasn't been. Um I I was appalled. And like this would have been one of those things that like, oh my God, is Mo Salah like better? Like, is he the legend? Is he the GOAT for getting Egypt all the way to the quarterfinals? And then I mean, okay, yeah, Messi's goal, world class goal. Should have been 3-1.
yeah,
Should have been 3-1.
should have been 3-1 though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if here's the thing. So Argentina gets three. They probably should have got one called back, but let's say that's 3-3. I mean, that's like probably best case scenario on what should have happened for Argentina, 3-3, and then they have to go
Hmm.
in the pens. They probably win in pens. But
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's like best case scenario for them. I think this game should have probably ended 2-3 Egypt, uh, but that's just not how it shook out at all.
Yeah. It was not. For yeah. It the refereeing has been very strange, and it's been very strange with Argentina games in particular. Now, um, Christian says that Trump only did it because Infantino is dog. I will say Infantino, I think, is Trump's dog in the worst way possible, but he's also a dog to Argentina, and he was filmed cheering for an Argentina goal, uh, which is crazy because
What?
that is not something that should be happening. Let me see if I can find a clip of it here.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting for sure.
Let's see here. Is this normal for officials to act in public now? Recent video show President Gianni Infantino celebrating after and admitting he suffered during Argentina matches at the 2026 World Cup. Yeah, let's see if this is. He was celebrating with. Yep, yep, yeah, yeah. Is that what we're looking for here? Yeah, this is it. Okay, boom, boom. Yeah, this is freaking wild, bro. I can't believe that he did this, to be honest. Like, it's so bad. So bad. Boom. Change that there. Change that here. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Look at you. You can see my stream, can't you?
Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Okay, so there's the president of the Argentina Football Association right there. Okay, and he's hugging somebody and patting his chest. Blah blah blah. There's Infantino right there, and then there they are. After Argentina gets the win over Egypt, just despicable, absolutely despicable stuff. You hate to see it. So, yeah, not a good look for FIFA right there, if I do say so myself. Um, it's almost like you shouldn't hire somebody to be the president who's like who isn't impartial. You should hire somebody who is impartial. You should hire just like some random fucking Joe Schmo from Alabama who doesn't know fucking jack shit about football. That's what you should do.
Fucking Ted Lasso time, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. Um, anyway, yeah. So Argentina going through in the way that they did was just horribly despicable.
hmm
And all the Egypt players knew what was happening, which I could you could tell that they knew what was happening, and I was like, damn, that's fucking sad that they know what's happening. You look at like the other game that I thought in this round of 16 had some fishy business going on was Mexico versus England. Okay. Um, First of all, Canada, USA, and Mexico all losing in the same round.
Dude, that's tough.
Super tough.
Yeah.
But Mexico versus England, man. Mexico got. Wait, what?
Huh?
Mexico, yeah, okay, that's weird. It said that England had the red card. Wait, did England have the red? Yeah, they
England
did.
did have
They
the
did
red
have
card.
the red card.
Yeah.
This game was so fucking weird because there was so many there were so many times where England had should have had a handball in the box. Should have had on Jude Bellingham's second goal. Should have had a red card on the breakaway because he literally fucking touched the ball with his hand, and he ran all the way across the field and scored a goal. I don't understand how you get away with that, especially with VAR being the way it is. But Mexico gave England they gave them an absolute ride. They made them work every single minute, every single second of that game. I was appalled that they couldn't find a way through though, to make it 3-3. I really was.
Mhm.
I could not believe that they couldn't find a way through.
This is, I think this game for it's gonna be like a couple World Cups. I think this game in particular is the start of probably one of the biggest FIFA rivalries we've ever seen. Just because this is exactly what Mexico wanted. They wanted round of 16, go into Mexico City
Yeah.
and face England in the round of 16, but like the fact that they lost this game and the fashion of which they lost this game in, I think you really this next time they play in a World Cup, it's gonna be crazy. Like I feel like it's gonna be a wild, wild game. I think it's gonna go back and forth between Mexico and England for a while. And honestly, I think the only thing for the next World Cup that is gonna keep Mexico in the tournament is just because they want to play England again. I think that they're just gonna be like, no, we're just gonna keep going until we face England. Like it doesn't matter.
Honestly, I wouldn't blame them. I would yeah. That would be and there's some young players on that team right now that are going to remember this forever. You know, they're really I mean Gilberto Mora, for example. He's 17. He'll be 21 in the next World Cup. Like he's gonna remember, and he's gonna
Yeah.
want payback, and he's gonna be better than he was before too. Also, real fast, I've got to point out to unknown 677 and Silk McNasty. I do have eyebrows. I am also blonde and very white, so you cannot see them on camera. Uh, I I'm not trying to be a VTuber model. That's not my goal. Sorry, I just had to get that out there real fast. Uh, no, you're right though. I think Mexico is 100% going to come into the next World Cup with the sole purpose of knocking England out. And I think it would be really funny, especially if England win this World Cup, right? Wait, especially if England win this World Cup. Every single time a team wins a World Cup, save for Argentina and France this year and last World Cup, they get knocked out really early. Really
Yeah.
early into the World Cup. And I think it would be hilarious if Mexico and England both got in the same group and Mexico knocks them out. I think that would be awesome. Even though it's really hard now to get knocked out of your group, considering you just make it through if you're in third. But um, yeah, I don't know, especially with the way that this game went and the way that I mean Mexico lost in their own
In their
house,
own, yeah.
man. Like
It's not even their house, bro. Like it's their goddamn like master bedroom practically.
yeah, no, you're right. It is.
Like we're
Yeah,
not even talking about Mexico. We're talking about Mexico City. Like it's oh man,
I
you
know.
just can't let it happen. But it is oh man.
It's
I
unreal.
mean, I think everybody kind of wrote this off as Mexico was just gonna win this game. There's just no way they could have lost, but like they did.
Yeah, I really. Ooh, excuse me. I really thought that Mexico was going to do it. I really, really did. But
The,
you can only have so many nice things happen.
we kind of already went with Portugal and Spain because we were covering the game live, but just like quick recap, I guess like Spain was playing really really great defense the entire game.
Yeah.
Logan said that they needed to sub. Logan said going into the game that they probably should not have Ronaldo like on the field. Probably should go on later, maybe in the second half, and then he was on for the entire game. And you saw, he was 1 to 2 steps behind the ball like every single time the ball came to him. So yeah, I mean, he should have probably just been on there to finish the game, not to play the whole thing.
Listen, if you were on the field to finish the game, they would have finished the game winning that game. That's my take right there. And my proof behind that is there was a game where Ronaldo was hurt in the last Euros. And his substitution, what was his substitute's name? Jesus Christ, it's gonna bother me. I can't remember right now. His substitute made his like Portugal debut and scored a hat trick. Like there are players in that Portugal system in his position that play as well as he did when he was in his early 20s, in his mid 20s. And now that he's 40. I'm
One,
sorry,
41.
41.
Yeah.
You're not going to be moving around the same as you were 2 decades ago.
Well, he's 41, and he's like, what? How? It's like a second or third like bad knee injury, right? So it's just
Yeah.
like, you can't be on the field for that long, man. You just
No.
can't.
You're literally a cyborg at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he should have been going on at like the 70th minute ish, and like just finishing the game. Like, hey, we need Ronaldo to go in there and freaking score like a crazy goal. Like that's what you need to be in there for. Just go in there for 20 minutes and get us. Like think about like how um back in the day when Thierry was really old and he was kind of going in as a sub. Like that's like kind of what you need to be
Mm-hmm.
doing. Just save all of your energy because, dude, by the time that game was over, I mean, you saw Ronaldo and like he was like limping, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't just
He's
go in there and be like going at like 60%. Like it's just even as a striker, like I don't know, you can't be doing that.
and it wasn't just 60% for like the end of the game. It was 60% the whole game.
Yeah,
It was really really hard to watch and you just and I knew the manager also was like fuck this is I can't watch this but he had no choice because I think and I think he was afraid for his job and it didn't matter because I think regardless he was going to lose his
he's gonna
job.
get fired. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The only way you keep your job there is if you probably make it to the quarters, and the only way you're making it to the quarters, or even like the semis, is you gotta take Ronaldo off the field, man.
Yeah, that guy's success with his job was solely to do with if Cristiano Ronaldo was actually going to be playing well. If he scored a goal or two, like I think that was if he scored a goal or two in that Spain game and Portugal got through to the quarterfinals, I think the guy would have kept his job. But if he subbed Cristiano off and they got to the quarterfinals, World Cup's over, he's fired.
Yeah.
They get to the
Um,
quarterfinals without subbing Cristiano Ronaldo off, fired. Or I mean, he's already got fired, so we know that.
Switzerland, Colombia. I mean, it win depends. I told you guys that Switzerland was gonna be going pretty far,
Yeah.
and they did. They lost Argentina in the quarters, but yeah, Switzerland, pretty good run, honestly. Same with Morocco. Morocco made it really far too. They played France in the quarters,
Yep.
but I think France matched up so well on Morocco just because they're so aggressive, and Morocco just couldn't get anything going in that game.
So for Morocco, like this wasn't the goal. The goal was to get back to where you were in the last World Cup, which was the semifinals,
Mm-hmm.
and arguably with a better team. For Morocco plays any other team in this quarterfinal matchup, they're through to the
You
semis.
think so?
100%.
You think against Norway or England for sure
100%.
they're beating them?
Yeah, this Morocco team is insane, and the fact that they had to play France was so unfortunate
Yeah,
because that is, hold on, I'm pretty sure if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, France knocked them out in the semis last World Cup.
yeah.
Um, that is just like, granted, yeah, like that's poetry in motion. Like that's France beat them in 2022 2-0. France beats them in 2026 2-0. Like,
What do you think the strategy is against France? Because they kind of just have this like unrelenting offense that's just nonstop.
yeah, dude, it's tough because you can't park the bus because you're just gonna absorb too much pressure. And you're gonna wear out your whole defense. They're gonna get tired, and you're gonna let a goal go, and then you're not gonna have
Yeah,
any momentum for your offense to get going because their
yeah.
defense is gonna be fresh.
Hmm.
And you can't just keep on relentlessly attacking them because their offense is too good. It's too fast. One of their poachers, probably Mbappe or Dembele, is going to get on a counter, and they're gonna punish you for not having your defenders back and your midfield back. I think you've got to have really good possession and like awareness of what's going on with your possession, and you might have to get lucky that one of their players is having an off day. You know, when France played Portugal or when France played Paraguay in the round of 16, their whole team was kind of off. That was the chance for there to be a team to make an upset. But yeah, you have exactly right, Christian. Mbappe, Olise, and Dembele are just too good for everybody else in this league or
Do you
in
think?
this World Cup.
Do you think that's well? Okay, so today they're playing Spain.
Yeah,
Spain probably has the best defense in the World Cup. I don't think you're saying that they can't really park the bus. Is this just like a? Are they kind of praying that somebody has an off day and that their back line can just matches up, or what? Like, what are you looking for out of Spain today?
for Spain, you're looking for runs in behind the back line, but you're not looking for the pass in behind the back line. You're looking for a ball up in front of the back line to push that back line up for there to be holes in that defense. That's what you want to do against that defense, against Spain's defense. That's the situation that we were seeing when Portugal had opportunities. That's where they were coming from when they had Cristiano Ronaldo actually running in behind, and they were playing off of that defender. That was, yeah, you still have to mark him, but
Yeah,
you're gonna have one hole come in, and then you're gonna have either a striker or a midfielder that comes up, and he isn't making a run in behind. He's making like a run, like kind of a lateral run in front of the defense, in front of the back line. Get it past there, and then let those kind of like ultimate frisbee. You have like poppers coming in and out of the defenders like in space. Um, that's the only way I could see France getting through this defense. I don't see like Route One direct being a successful strategy in this game. However, yeah, on the flip side, I think Christian again has it exactly right there. France's defense is not as good as the Spain's defense. They are definitely shaky. Um, there is going to be a lot of opportunity for Spain to make some good progress and actually like maybe I can see this game ending like 3-2, honestly.
um, what do you think? Like, do you think that Spain's young player, this Lamine Yamal, right?
Lamine Yamal, yes indeed.
Do you think he needs to be a problem today, right? Like,
He
for
will be.
sure.
He will be a problem for sure. There is not a doubt about it.
Okay. What do you think? What specific are you looking for Lamine today? Because I feel like, in my opinion, when I've watched him play, he needs to like hold his own, if that makes sense. Like, he
Yeah.
needs to go in and like not get knocked over. He needs to like actually play some rough ball, and which
Yeah.
is hard because he's only 18 and he's playing against a lot of big France players. But it's like he needs to kind of hold his own. on the offense. But what is that what you're looking for too?
I mean, when you're 18, 19, you're gonna have trouble against those guys that are much older, much more experienced. But Lamine Yamal is a special talent. He reminds me of like Andres Iniesta. Um, I'm from him. You're gonna be looking for just like one-on-one runs where he's dribbling through the defense. But the thing is, he has to know when to pass the ball off. That was the biggest thing in the last game that I saw him struggle with. He didn't know when to let the ball go. He would just keep on going and keep on going. And like yeah, that might work when you're playing for Barcelona, like he does when you're playing like against Getafe or Espanyol, where those defenders are not world class defenders, and you can dribble through the whole defense. Like this is how Messi made his living for like 20 years in Barcelona, right? But the difference between Messi and him, and forever, is Messi knew when to get rid of the ball and
Yeah.
knew where his teammates were. Whereas I don't think Lamine has that awareness. Like he's a really special talent. I don't think he for Spain to be successful and for Spain to win this game, Lamine Yamal has to have 2 assists because he's going to be the guy to get the assist because he has the speed, he's got the technical talent, he's got to dribble through the defense to make it happen. But
Let's
he
get
has to
in.
know when to let the ball go.
Let's kind of get into the England and Norway game because this is another one that is extremely controversial. So
Yeah,
the main controversy on this game it was the goal kick that went all the way up in the air, hit the Skycam cable, came down in, and I think it landed like on Jude Bellingham, and then he just like took it all away and scored.
listen. So this is the what FIFA is saying about Sorloth did troll Holland. That's true. What FIFA's saying about the situation of the Skycam is that the ball's sensor never went off that it hit anything. Okay,
Dude, I don't like this is like a don't believe your lying eyes like sort of situation, right?
that's exactly what I'm thinking too, and I'm like, this is par for the course for this fucking administration and for these people. They're like, well, our sensor in the sky says no, and it's like, okay, but they're not using a computer to lock onto your F-35. This is a situation where they said, well, it's right there. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it right there. There's a heat sensor. Yeah, like that. It's right there. Let's fucking do something about it, right?
It's crazy that they're going off like, hey, our sensor did not say it. It's like, well,
I know.
I could
Why?
literally see the fucking ball hit the goddamn cable. I don't care what your sensor says. That's what happened. Like,
Yeah,
what?
and didn't they go to VAR to look at it, or did they not? I don't
You
actually
know, they
remember.
did.
They
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
sure.
They went
I'm
to
like, I'm like
VAR to look
almost
at it.
positive that they did because I
I
remember seeing that the game was stopped.
See, my whole thing is like, if you go to the video assistant referee, can't you go to that sky camera to prove that it got hit by the fucking ball?
I don't know. I guess not.
I don't understand that. But regardless, yeah, that was a big controversy because that England goal should have been disallowed, right? Not only that, this game should have been 2-0 before England even scored. Okay?
Yeah.
It should have even been 3-0 because Sorloth should have passed that ball to Holland. I know that Erling Holland was pissed about that ball, that third
Yeah,
ball.
that was one of those ones where everybody was looking at that
Yeah,
like,
I don't
what
know
are
what
you
was happening
doing?
there. But what I do know is that the goal that was disallowed for Norway, the goal disallowed Norway, is that I was blown away that this goal was not allowed. I was absolutely
Hotels.com.
starstruck. Let's do this. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna put it up on the monitor real fast and hopefully not get fucking. Oh god. Um, hopefully nothing will happen. That was an AI ad, 100%. Okay. We're gonna go here and we're gonna go here. Okay, so this goal from Norway is disallowed. All right. Corner kick into the box. They're saying that if we scroll back here, Holland pushed off right here, okay? You see that in the middle? Holland
Yeah.
pushed off, and they're calling that a foul. And he gets up. Pickford makes a save. Pickford, everyone's got their hands up. All of them are complaining that that should not have been a goal. I think what they're complaining about is that this guy was offside, but he obviously wasn't. What they're calling here is that push in the middle from Holland. And for me personally, that's not enough. It just isn't enough to get called back in my opinion, right? Like it's just not enough push for there to be a foul called there. I don't know. I think that oftentimes referees, because they're usually small, they're like, "Oh man,
Oh my god.
look at that big guy push. That has to be a foul." And then they get called for a foul. And then when big guys get knocked over, they look at it and they're like, "Dude, you're so big. How do you get knocked over? It can't be a foul. You got to be faking it."
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. I think I don't know. I didn't think it was enough either. But at the same time, it's like it's kind. I feel like it's hard because we're Americans that watch fucking American football all the time, and it's just like, oh come on,
Yeah.
that was you're getting knocked over because of that. I mean, you barely got fucking pushed. Um,
Oh, I got live visibility restricted because of showing that.
that's ridiculous. Um,
That sucks. Oh well.
so yeah, I mean that was the main thing. But here's the thing. Jude Bellingham, like, wow, what the heck, man? Two
I
goals
know.
in this game.
Yeah.
He was on, and like Harry Kane wasn't really, wasn't the star today. I mean, it was all Jude, which is, I mean, it was kind of awesome to see. Um, but let's get back to this point of a little bit of a rating situation because when you have a tournament this big, um, usually when you see the one, two, three, and four seed in the one, two, three, and four spot in the quarterfinal, there you can't. There's something, or in the semifinal, like that doesn't happen ever.
It really doesn't. No.
Like I don't know. I mean, it could just be a coincidence, but like this like doesn't happen. All. So the fact that it did, and like this is if you think about it, like this is pretty much who you would want to be in your semifinal. France being probably the best team. Argentina has the biggest star. England, obviously, where it all started, and then Spain has like the young come up from Barcelona, right? Like this is
Yep.
pretty much like a perfect
This is your dream.
entry to the tournament
Yeah.
for FIFA.
Yep. Not only in the sense that, uh, not only in the sense that like this is your one, two, and three, four seed. Like this is exactly what the paper says should happen. But also, if you're the man betting on all of these bigger teams to make it through, you're making a lot of fucking money, right?
Yeah,
And that's the thing that is the biggest like tell for me because you have all of these controversial moments. You have all of the teams covering first of all, which is wild. And in football that does not happen. Teams do not cover ever. And all of the big teams have covered in these games except for France, Paraguay. But France still won. My issue is that you have all of these big, huge, controversial moments, like we just looked at with the Norway France, or sorry, Norway England game, like we looked at with the France, or sorry, not France, fucking Argentina Egypt game. Um, the only situation I feel like in the round of 16 we saw, uh, Norway beat Brazil, but there was more people betting on Norway than there was Brazil, even though they're the underdog, right? You just have all of these moments that kind of add up to you looking at it. And the only conclusion I can draw is this a setup? Like are I don't I just I,
It's so extremely unlikely that all these things have kind of happened.
yeah,
It's really freaking weird to see.
it's so
Um,
bizarre.
who do you have winning today? France and Spain.
Well, I mean, I have France winning.
Yeah.
Um, I think that this is going to be a better game than Argentina England because I think Argentina's. I just think they're gonna fucking win the game. I just think they're gonna whatever it takes, whatever the referee needs to do, they're gonna win.
Oh, man. I have England winning the whole tournament, so I
I
mean,
know you do.
obviously I had to pick England, but I'm so close. I'm so
Yeah,
close.
I have Argentina winning the whole tournament, but
Yeah.
I don't like it,
Are they just gonna set up the Argentina France again?
dude.
Like that would be tough.
They better not. I honestly, I genuinely hope that it's Spain England. That's like my hope, is that Spain England is the you know the final.
I think Argentina's just had they're kind of like the New England Patriots of like the World Cup right now. They have had like
Argentina,
the easiest schedule
yeah,
coming in.
a hundred
They
percent.
haven't really had. They've had. I mean, Cape Verde. They almost lost to Cape Verde, then they almost lost to Egypt. Which,
Yep,
by the way, if Egypt would have won against Argentina, they probably would be here right now.
it's very
Um,
possible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It would either be Argentina or it would either be sorry Egypt or it would be Switzerland because
yeah.
Switzerland played really well, and Mbolo's first yellow card also bullshit in my opinion. That so his flop should have just been a yellow, but regardless, yeah, I mean, it would be one of those teams, and then you'd be looking at it and you'd say, oh well, surely England's gonna win, whatever it takes, whatever the referee
Also,
needs to do.
tomorrow, what time are you working tomorrow?
I work at
Do you do you like actually work like during the game?
no. I work at
Because
home.
I'm trying to watch this shit tomorrow.
Yeah, I would be down.
Okay, sick. Um, what else? Do you have anything else for World Cup? I don't really have anything
Uh,
more here.
with Christian just said in chat, Argentina are the first nation in the World Cup history to reach a semifinal without facing a single top 10 ranked team. Must be a coincidence, of course. So they faced Algeria, Austria, Jordan, Cape Verde, Egypt, and Switzerland. Um, Oh, there is a there is a context note on here that says Germany did so in 2002, defeating teams ranked 15th or lower until the final. So and okay, wait, this is another good point. I think that needs to be brought up. This is exactly what happened with the U.S. But yeah, still one other team. Like, what the fuck? Okay, come on, what are we doing? And that Germany team too, with Oliver Kahn in goal, that team had crazy talent in 2002. And if I'm not mistaken, the 2002 winner was Brazil, and they faced Brazil in the final, and Brazil won with Ronaldo scoring a brace. I could be wrong about that. I'm not. I think I'm right though. But this Argentina route is exactly what happened to the USA. The USA didn't face a single top 50 team, I'm pretty sure, until no, I think Turkey was ranked top 50, but their team was in shambles, so it didn't matter. This is the first team that the USA played in the round of 16 that was actually good. Okay, Argentina's doing the same fucking thing, same thing,
Yeah,
and England is
and
like in
it's
the top
against
five.
England, and like England is like very good. They're
So
extremely good.
I'm like, if Argentina does win this game, there's gonna be some bullshit that happens in this game. Mark that for sure. Put it in your calendar. Wait, you're gonna see.
That's why I want to watch it live because I'm trying to fucking rage, bro. Like
Yeah,
this shit, this I already know some bullshit's gonna happen.
and it's weird because like I feel like Taylor Twellman and like John Strong and a couple of other of the Fox announcers are kind of looking at it while they're watching the game and they're like scratching their head looking at their announcing partner and they're like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? you know, I mean, these guys announced for MLS, and I don't know about you, but it's very evident that no one gives a fuck in the betting world about MLS, unless it's Inter Miami playing.
Yeah.
But still, I'm like, I don't know. we're hoping for Spain versus England, but we're probably gonna see France Argentina,
Yeah.
as I think the consensus here. Um,
Yeah, I would say so.
let's I mean, yeah, we have that game coming up at noon today, France versus Spain. Tomorrow, England versus Argentina. Real quick, I know we don't ever cover. We're gonna switch, I think, gears here. If you don't have anything else left to
No,
say,
no.
um, we don't usually talk about fighting, especially cage fighting, especially fighting that's organized by the fucker Dana White. However, I think it's critical that we do talk about it because yeah, this fight was fucking weird. It for to me, I mean, it looked like Conor McGregor already hurt, already like walking up was walking weird. And I'm not just talking like the weird walk that he does. I'm talking like he was favoring one leg. It was pretty obvious. And then he fucking yeah, exactly. Everyone already put their money in. Dana White told them, "Hey, we can't back out of this now. You either fight injured or you fucking die, basically." And so he flying kicked first thing and absolutely destroyed his knee.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you put money on McGregor, I don't know what to say to you. Like the way that his leg snapped the last time I watched this dude fight, like I don't know, he's just one of those things that's just not going to get better.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Um, so that's really rough. I mean, I know there's a lot of McGregor believers out there. When I used to watch Conor McGregor a lot, I was a McGregor believer, but like this is you can't, you gotta give it up, man.
Yeah,
You gotta get.
you can't.
I thought he gave it up. I thought he already retired.
Should have been, but he was
I guess not.
you know, they told him it was like it was like Harrison Ford in the new Blade Runner movie. They asked him if he wanted to do it, and he went, "How much?"
Yeah,
You know, that's it. And yeah, I mean, if you obviously if McGregor's fighting, I would hope that you're betting against him because he's old and he is a rapist and he's bad. Like, don't let that guy win anything ever again in life, to be honest with you, especially a court case. But yeah, if you were voting or if you were gambling for him, I just
yeah.
question your sanity at that point because I'm like, I don't know how you could possibly not only want this guy to win, but look at this and be like, yeah, yeah, I know he snapped his leg last year, but he's fine.
No, man, he's a striker, bro. He's a striker, so he won't even use his legs. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's not happening, bro.
I
Uh,
love how he when he did snap, his knee in pretty much half, that he went down into like the taijutsu, like thing. And the guy that he was fighting, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, don't know about anything about UFC, but he literally just started he like started looking down on him and he was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Get up. Like, you don't do this, you know? And then he got up and he started looking at the ref like, ref, this guy can't fucking walk. And the ref was like, no, no, it's fine, it's fine. And then he like moved around a little bit more and tried to throw a punch, and McGregor like started wincing in pain and like went down a little bit, and he was like, the referee immediately stopped it. I just thought that was
yeah.
hilarious. It was just like, oh god, hey,
Um,
you guys are in and out of just as much as the other guy.
I think one of the interesting things about this fight here too is, I mean, McGregor was obviously injured before he came into the ring. He was probably forced to fight. I mean, does this is this gonna look like a a court case? Do you think?
Dude, fuck no. Dana White runs this whole fucking show, and he's a goddamn like he's literally a scam artist. Like I don't know what to say. Like if it goes to court, it'll be Dana White suing Wayna Dite.
Well, I
Like
mean, if he was forcing Connor to fight, then that would be bad. I mean, I don't know what type of like I don't know what type of legal back
Yeah,
backing you would have if you're
but
McGregor here, but it
Connor,
just
he already
doesn't
came
seem
out.
right.
He already came out and said like he already came out and faced those accusations of him already being injured and said no, like I was feeling good. I'm just as shocked as everyone else, blah blah blah. Which I think was a tell that like, oh, you're fucking
Dude,
guilty.
that's
But
no.
I, I I I I don't know what to say. Like if you came out and said that publicly, you can't really go back on that because then if the prosecutor is going to look at that and say, why did you say that then? Or not the prosecutor, the defense is going to come out and say, why did you say that?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I mean that kind of fucked him over, low
the
key.
only way that he would be able to do that is by saying, well, they paid me to say that or whatever, you know. And then at that point, like maybe you'd have a case because then it would just be extortion. But I don't see that going anywhere because Conor McGregor. I mean, all those UFC fighters are little fucking sycophants to Dana White. You know,
Yeah.
all of them act like they owe him his life, whereas he's just like a fucking capital owner of just like he pays his guys and that's what he does. But at the same time, like you're gonna die early because you're gonna get brain damage, and guess what? It's probably gonna be in a really fucking bad way because your brain damage is going to be very severe. Um, yeah, I think Conor McGregor fucking cooked the books.
Yeah, he definitely cooked himself for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of cooking yourself, on Saturday night in Washington D.C., Lindsey Graham, one of his presumably because he doesn't have a wife or kids, presumably one of his how do you put it? One of his male prostitutes, I think, is just the most genuine way you could put it. Called 911 because he had a massive heart attack and died.
I don't think that's is that what happened?
Well, I mean, they called 911. Someone called 911.
He had a I thought it was some like I don't know. It was some weird illness that was like in his neck or something.
I thought he like the
But
official was he died of cardiac arrest. I could be. I guess I could be wrong.
that was Mitch McConnell.
Oh,
That was in cardiac arrest. Lindsey Graham died of something.
oh, he died a rupture of his arterial arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease.
Yeah. Um. Honestly, I mean, this dude was like kind of like the devil. So, I mean,
I mean, yeah, absolutely, he fucking
yeah.
was. The,
This.
listen, this guy was the senator for North Carolina for decades, since 2002.
Yeah.
Name one domestic policy that this man voted for, or even like campaigned for, or did anything for. There was none. Every single one of them. He literally said to when they told him to call, like to go to the hospital, when he told everyone when he got back from Kiev that he wasn't feeling good and they told him, hey, you should probably go to the hospital. He said, well, I can't, don't worry, like I'll go to the hospital, but I can't die yet. I got to do this whole Israel thing. I got to go do this whole Europe thing for Kiev. I got to make sure Russia gets charged, all this shit. And I was like, how are you a senator for a state when you were literally just like in the Middle East and in Europe constantly? Like you're not
Can
doing
we
anything
just
for your state. I don't get it.
also point out to like Lindsey Graham took office in 2003 and he held that office until 2026, which no. Just like no
Yeah,
on like every level, like that is unacceptable. But the person that he took over was Strom Thurmond, who served from 1956 to 2003. So they've only had two senators in the past like 80 years.
yeah,
Um, yeah, that's like disgusting.
that's horrible. And
It's really bad. That should not happen. And like the term limit for senators needs to be like you need a even if you don't want it to be like a crazy thing, like it has to be like 2 or 3. Like that is unacceptable.
So, speaking of democracy at its finest, Christian, to add on to that, we are no longer a democracy. If no one knew that before, you should know that now. And the reason you should know that now is because the South Carolina governor named Lindsey Graham's sister to serve the rest of his term.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
I
That's like
genuinely
that's a
don't know.
monarchy. That's like a monarchy,
Like
legitimately.
that is exactly what our like, if George Washington were watching that happen, he would have pulled out his musket, aka M4, and shot everybody in that room.
Yeah, I mean that's just you can't there's actually like no words to describe what we're seeing.
No, there's
Like
not. And
that is just horribly disgusting.
everybody in South Carolina, I mean, I would hope that you would think that everybody in South Carolina would be like, I don't want this to happen. This is bullshit. I don't. There. I mean, granted, there is all the major media outlets, but I haven't seen a single dissenting voice on this from South Carolina itself. And I don't think Darlene is her name, Darlene Graham. Which, first
Yeah.
of all, that's not a fucking name. Second of like, that's an AI generated name, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, the second of all, I don't give a shit what you do. You know, like this would be fine. Just make them qualified, because even Lindsey Graham wasn't really qualified for this job, and now it's his sister that's doing this job. Like, I the only way that this would be the reason why this is acceptable for the government is because of who's paying these fucking people. Because it's not the people. We know that Lindsey Graham was getting paid by Israel. Okay, we know that he was getting paid by APAC, and I would have to assume that Lindsey Graham's sister was also capitalizing on that.
For sure.
And there's no way that they would have any sort of vote or anything like that, because they would want that vote to stay in for Israel, right? So I just don't see how. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
This seems like a violation of the Constitution in some fashion. I mean, you need to hold a special election. Like
You have
what
to.
are we talking about?
You have to.
I thought that was the reason why they were keeping Mitch McConnell like his situation under wraps because they are saying that he's like still alive. I don't know. They released some like picture, but like he was definitely on life support, and it's just like how can he serve?
I don't know how people think that picture is real when if you look at a picture of him the day before he disappeared, like the dude is in fucking shambles. His eyes are all like his eye and eye sockets are all red and all bruised. His whole face is a fucking huge scab. And then they come out with this picture of him that makes him seem like he's 10 years younger. Like,
Also, is that's his wife in the picture
correct.
too, right?
Yes, that's his
Didn't
wife
she
in the
go to
picture.
China?
Sure. Yeah. Yes, she did, but she came back. She went to China the day that he was apparently admitted into the hospital. Now, but this is
She
this is
came back.
yeah, she did.
But it's like why they know that she was with the vice president of China.
I don't know.
What? Why? Like what are we doing?
It's a
What's
great question. I don't know. Let me.
how is she not like getting? I don't know. I feel like you would be if that happened, you would be getting detained because your husband just went into cardiac arrest.
Yeah, I
quote
mean,
unquote, and then you fled the country. Like that
yeah,
seems suspicious.
it, she's not a spy, if that's what you're insinuating. How dare you, you unpatriotic.
No, I'm not even saying in that way. I'm saying like in a way that's like, here's your arsenic casserole, honey. Like, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking about? Like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. No, I know. And honestly, if she did that, she would be the greatest patriot to ever live. Um, but this is classic republicanism. They hold on to any sort of minute power they possibly can for as long as they can. Who was the senator that or the congresswoman that was found
I
in a
think
dementia home?
that was Diane Feinstein,
Diane
right?
Feinstein. Yeah, found in a dementia home in a memory care unit because she had dementia.
Yeah.
And the Republicans were like, "Well, she can still do her job just fine."
Uh,
How dare you? Actually, how dare you
I
be
hate I hate to
dementiaist?
say this, but
You know?
Diane Feinstein was a Democrat.
Oh well,
I'm
still.
pretty sure.
Are you sure, Diane?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. She was Democrat.
Yeah. But
Still though,
that was I
still,
mean, it's a problem with the system in general. It's
yeah.
a what do they call it when you're just run by a ton of fucking old motherfuckers?
Coffin.
Pretty much. That's what we're living in right now. Like we're just living in a totally it's like a geriatric government.
Yeah, no, it
Like
is.
these guys are too old. Like dude, Mitch McConnell's 84, bro.
Yeah. Listen, I don't
What?
I don't I don't
What the
have
heck?
I don't have any problem with there being old people in serving our government. I genuinely don't. I think there is a real issue with people being there being like an ageist thing going on. Yes, I agree that 84 is too old for someone like Mitch McConnell, but 84 for someone like Bernie Sanders. Listen, he's still kicking. He's still doing a good job. He's still with us mentally and physically, right? You just have to these people if they're going to get to that age, you have to give them a test every single day. Like Donald Trump. He's taking tests every day. Granted, he's not doing it with in his own volition.
Well,
He's being
he's also
handed.
lying about the results too.
Oh, 100%.
They need to be publicly, available and
Yeah.
not have doctors that are just yes men the whole fucking time. But yeah,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Like they look, I mean, I get what you're saying, like about being ageist in the government and some old people can do it, but like listen, there doesn't need to be a test when you have Mitch McConnell shitting himself on TV. Like that
True.
literally happened.
True. And I mean that happened to Trump too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you can't. So yeah, some old people are cooking. I mean, our great grandparents were really freaking old, and they still were with it until like the very end. But like, it's
Hmm.
just you can't be point where you should be in like hospice care and like still be serving the government.
Yeah.
And the other thing here too is apparently you can be, in hospice care and be still have your seat in the Senate or in the House of Representatives. Or you could just be on life support and they'll just be like, no, well, they're still alive, so they still have their seat. No.
Yeah.
If you're on, like, how is there not
Well, I'll tell you
a
what.
situation where, like, if you're on, you cannot, if you literally physically cannot be in the House of Representatives or in the Senate for a vote, like, you need a special election. Your seat's done.
I, I
It's just
I'll
done.
I'll tell you this. Andy Bashir, who's the governor of Kentucky, has the right to take away a vote or a seat in Congress to do a special election. Andy Bashir, there's been so many stories coming out that apparently he's going to do something. They need to stop being stories that he's going to do something and start being stories that he has gone to he's gone to the state and said either we go and see Mitch McConnell right now and prove that he's still alive and still able to do his job, or we're going to just vacate his position right now and do a special election next week.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, if I were governor of the situation, I don't care if they're a Democrat or Republican. These people are there to do the constituency's willing, to do their bidding, right? They are not there for themselves. That's the biggest thing. They're not there for themselves. And the way that they're kind of making it seem like that these people are there for themselves because they're not doing what the constituency needs, which is their job. So Andy Bashir needs to really just go in there and just lay it all out on the line and just say, hey, this is what's going to happen.
I think one of the GOP's, which is just so ridiculous, like that this is even a concern for them. But I think one of the concerns that the GOP has for getting rid of, um, kind of doing a special election for Mitch McConnell's seat is that they think that Thomas Massey is just gonna go in there and take it.
Yeah,
But at
that's
the
right.
same time, it's like I don't. These people are in such a crazy cult. Like, how is it bad to have Thomas Massey in McConnell's seat when Thomas Massey votes on, votes MAGA or votes with Trump or does what Trump wants to do like 96% of the time? Like,
Well,
how is that bad? Like, genuinely, it's so weird because even McConnell was like a little bit of a dissenting voice as well. It's a lateral fucking move, if anything. And they think that it's like this is the end of the fucking world. So it's so wild, man.
but the thing is you're right. It is a cult. No one thinks for themselves. All they hear is Trump saying he's bad. He he's trying to take my friends and I down. I can't have that here. Thomas Massey's bad because he voted for the Epstein files to come out. You know? So
Yeah.
then the Trump supporters hear that, the Republicans hear that, and they go, well, if he says he's bad, then he must be bad. Instead of using their own brain to think. And I, I mean, I don't blame them to a certain extent because they don't have time to look at everything and look at all of the facts and look at all the stories because they have to live. They probably have like 30 kids to feed because they don't believe in like you know women's bodily rights and healthcare and everything. So they have to like do their best to work 30 hours a day so they can make their $2.10 an hour and try to put food on the table that's not buffalo chips. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. I mean, all of that is their fault because the electorate's not doing their job and getting educated, and it's partially the Democrats' fault in those states too, because they're not doing a good job educating the electorate. But here we are, and if that it's not good. It's not good. Thomas Massey is through and through a fucking Republican. He is a Mitt Romney Republican. He is not a Donald Trump Republican. And for some reason, we've decided that Mitt Romney Republicanism is not good enough anymore. Has to be further right. Has to be more, reactionary than Mitt Romney is. You can't sound logical. No, no, no. You have to be fucking. You got to be grandiose. You got to do and say the fucking crazy shit to be supported by these people.
Yeah.
It's really despicable and it's fucking ridiculous in my opinion. Everybody out there that are like, "Oh, how dare you? How dare you talk bad about Lindsey Graham? And he's dead now. Don't you care about his wife and kids?" It's like, bitch, you think that man had a wife and kids? First of all, second of all, how dare you even want to care about this guy? Like he's
Yeah.
actively voted against every single, you know, uh, policy that gives you life and liberty and sovereignty in your state. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Um, apparently, there's been some leaks too about Donald Trump and this Thursday speech he's going to give. Have you seen anything about this?
No.
Apparently, Trump on his Thursday speech is going to he it's really interesting timing that he's gonna do this. Okay, apparently he's going to claim election fraud in Georgia from the last primary that put Democratic representatives in office.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna say that, and he's also
Didn't he
going.
already like set up the whole like voter roll thing? Like it's already
Yeah, and we voted it down.
so if anybody rigged it, it was him.
Correct.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So hold on. Let me.
It's only too big to rig when it's Trump. You know what I mean?
Correct. Always. I'm pretty sure what they want to do here is. Oh my god, dude! Every single one of these fucking journalism things say that it's all he just can't have an ad blocker. Can't have an ad blocker.
Yeah. No.
Fucking goddamn it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to do the Georgia, and I don't know what other state, but he's gonna try to get 2 Democrat Congress people out of office, or what, one Democrat Congressperson, 1 Democrat senator out of office, and I think that's really really interesting timing, don't you?
Of course.
Um, and then apparently he's going to talk about Iran too, which at this point I think he's just having like daydreams about shit that happens in Iran on a
I mean,
daily basis.
he's gonna. Honestly, I mean, the way it's going, which is what we've said. We've been saying it's going toward ground invasion
Yep.
for Iran, which is gonna be disaster. And, we can either run into that disaster head on
Yeah.
and um, pretty much lose, and then hopefully at that point we get a treaty going. And if there isn't a treaty, it's gonna lead to a draft
Um.
because we're gonna lose that many soldiers going into
Oh,
Iran. It's
there's no
gonna be
doubt.
impossible
Yeah. And
to do anything.
at that point, for anybody listening, for anybody watching, you need to get the fuck out of this country if you are in that age group between the ages of 18 and 42. You have to get the fuck out. Because if there's one thing you do not want to do, it's being a part of the 883rd Airborne Division and getting absolutely wiped out by Shahid rockets before you even get a chance to go in the air to pull your parachute.
Yeah, and you're like at that point. I mean, we're literally just going in to have control of the strait and to just take their oil, which is ridiculous. And the other thing is too is like they want to take over Karg Island, which would be, well, I mean, that's still a ground invasion, but like
Yeah.
if you take over Karg Island to take the oil, why would Iran let you do that? They're just gonna send a ton of drones and just bomb the whole thing.
Yep.
Like it's pretty simple. But let's kind of get back on the foreign policy things. Let's go back to kind of these primaries. Um, other big thing that happened was the pretty locked down allegations against Graham Plattner.
Yeah, dude.
Um, yeah, I mean, so there's been a couple allegations now. The latest one is, I mean, it's over. Like it's pretty set in stone. Like he did that shit. Um, which like a lot of people are like, well, why didn't you believe the the woman before? And I think it was mostly because the woman before was like a Republican operative,
Yeah.
and she was a big backer of Brett Kavanaugh, which that's immediately going to ruin your credibility because Brett Kavanaugh was accused and also had ironclad allegations against him, and she still supported Brett Kavanaugh and like worked for him. So it's like your credibility is like automatically in the tank. The allegations on him right now are, I mean, they got like receipts like back from years, like kind of confirming this.
Yeah, and they've got therapist receipts too.
Yeah, and so like the main point is that this dude obviously he had the right policies, and I think a lot of people knew that he was kind of a shit guy in the past, but we kind of wanted to believe that there was a redemption, story, a redemption arc. Everybody wants to believe in that, and unfortunately, you can only come back from so much. And I just don't think this is gonna work.
No.
We can't. We're not gonna be a hypocrisy party that's gonna, you know, totally hate Donald Trump because of the things that he did with women, and obviously on top of everything else, he's a war criminal. But like, you know, Plattner has a now is in that same boat, and it's just not going to work.
Yeah,
I think,
you can't beat, you can't go and be like, oh, look at, you have a rapist in office, blah blah blah. Now go look at our rapist that's trying to beat your rapist.
yeah,
That's you can't do that. You just can't.
yeah, and the thing is, like, this isn't stuff that's, you know, these aren't old allegations. Like, this was not even that long ago, a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
Yep.
So, but here's the thing. I mean, everybody kind of had that, notion that Graham was a pretty shit guy. I think what the Democratic Party, like, as they're trying to pick a new person to take his spot, you need to. We were not voting, and if you really think we're voting for Graham Plattner because we like Graham Plattner, I don't think that's good. I mean, that's just like a total misreading of the situation. We were voting for Graham because he had the right policies. We were voting for policies. We were voting for the idea. So
Yeah.
you need Democrats in Maine need to get somebody that's on that same has that same policy platform. And I think that's probably a Bernie backed candidate, which is I believe the Bernie backed candidate in this race is Jackson. Um, so it's like we gotta get him in because if an establishment Democrat goes in and takes that spot,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be more of the same shit, and that's just not what the people of Maine are voting for right now.
It's not, and the people of Maine have spoken, and right now the polls that are coming out from Maine are kind of wild, because even though Graham Plattner has dropped out of this race, the electorate is saying that they would rather have Graham Plattner over a establishment Democrat even after the
Yeah.
allegations have come out, which is very telling to what the main electorate wants. Now, I will say, did you see that? Speaking of establishment Democrats, did you see? Have you seen all the posts of these people that are establishment Democrats saying that people are saying establishment Democrat like they want to say the N word? Have you seen that?
That's yeah, that's just bitch behavior,
Yeah,
and that's
straight up.
why we're just calling. That's why the name calling is even happening in the first place.
Exactly. They're self-reporting on. It's just so fucking funny to me that they're
Yeah,
that
they
they're
need to get
saying
on the
that
wave.
shit.
That I mean, the shit. This is like not a. I'm like not even saying this to be funny. Like it's dark woke time, man. Like
No, it is.
we
100%.
we got to stop being snowflakes. We got to stop being so sensitive, and
Yeah.
like you just got to get with the times. We are not gonna play the victim card here, man. Like
Nope.
the shit that we're doing with Graham Plattner in Maine is it's like the epitome of dark woke. It's like, oh, you fucking, you know you're a shit person, but you like the right policies. Well, we're just gonna kick you out and put in another person with the correct policies. Like that's it is kind of like a quintessential piece of being, in this new wave of the DSA, which is just kind of on the wavelength of the Justice Democrat, where it's just like, hey, you have repercussions for your actions, and like
Exactly.
the repercussions for the establishment Democrats is that everybody's going to call you an establishment Democrat if you're taking money from the wrong people,
Yep.
and if you don't do things for working people, if you're an incrementalist, you're an establishment Democrat, and that's just how it is.
Exactly.
And and that's going to be a tarnish on your resume. Is oh, you took money from a corporation. I'm not even saying APAC. If you took money from APAC, you're automatically cooked. But like taking money from a corporation, look at what happened to Jasmine Crockett in Texas.
Yep.
James Talerico immediately took her spot because she was taking money from AI companies. She has all the right policies. She has everything right, but she took money from a company, from big AI companies, and so it's just like you're automatically done.
Yep, exactly. And I mean, look at what Haley Stevens is trying to do in Michigan right now against Abdul El Sayed, right? That she's trying to get the Obama endorsement without Obama endorsing her.
Hmm.
She's putting out these ads of Obama saying, "Oh, and Haley Stevens was there too. She was my automobile person. Got all this shit." It fucking crazy. She's taken $20 million from APAC, according to APAC
Yeah.
Tracker. That's disgusting. You're literally taking Americans' tax dollars and putting it into
Hmm.
your own pocket. Like that's
Yeah.
fucking horrible.
Something that the establishment Democrats need to also understand at this point is that Obama's doing a total phase shift right now. Like
Hmm.
he's doing the the conferences with Mamdani.
Yep.
Like his legacy is still much in motion, and if with the establishment Democrats getting so much flack right now, he will be moving to support DSA people. It's just
100%.
how it's gonna be. Um, Obviously, Obama's an interesting case because it's still he's undermined like DSA Justice Democrats for so long, but you know Obama's really good at being like, you know what, now is the time to jump ship. And I think Obama's really smart, and he's smart enough to know the vibe shift of the country. So be aware of that. Obama is just he's going to shift his way, and I think with him being such a big voice in the Democratic Party, and he is obsessed with his legacy, and I just think that he's not going to put it in jeopardy by supporting established Democrats when like genuinely 80% of the electorate is moving so far to the left.
Bro, I just want to glimpse into the future real fast. How much you want to bet that when Obama does start endorsing, DSA and Justice Democrats out there, granted, I think that when that does happen, it's probably going to be because of Obama and whoever he puts out for a vetting process. Because right now, obviously, the vetting process for these people is flawed.
Yeah.
Grant Plattner is like, the pretty much poster child of this right now.
Hmm.
And granted, like we're still very early in the works of this, even like working out. But when Obama does this, I guarantee you that the DSA, or not DSA, sorry, that's wrong. I guarantee you that the establishment Democrats are going to come out and they're going to be like, "Oh well, Obama bombed a whole bunch of people in Libya. Don't you know? Don't you know that he's actually not like he doesn't actually have any of these values? Like you should listen to Obama."
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, "Oh well, he jumped ship, so why would you even listen to him?" And I just can't wait for that day to be like, "Oh my God, this is the end of the Democrat Party that we know."
Yeah, I mean, I think something just like establishment Democrats need to, you know, kind of come to terms with the fact that Obama's not going to be there for you, or like at this moment.
Yeah.
And it's gonna his support for establishment Democrats is gonna go down and down. I think the left, in particular, the DSA, the Justice Democrats, like they also need to be like, hey, we gotta take this help
Yeah.
because I mean that's how you're gonna get a ton of support from. I mean, genuinely a ton of support from the Boomers. Like that's how you're gonna get it. The Boomers love Obama, man,
Boomers do love
and
Obama. That's very true.
that's how you're gonna really build a strong coalition. Whereas right now we're kind of in a reactionary coalition to the Trump administration. How you're gonna build that foundation
Yeah.
is you're just gonna need to take the help, um, which is unfortunate because it's not something that like I want to do. I mean, I have a lot of criticisms of Obama, but like at the
Oh,
same
same.
time, it's like this is he's probably the most popular president of our lifetime, and if he wants to change and make the right decision now, then all right, let's do it. You know?
Yep. And fucking, we gotta find the next FDR because if we don't, we're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, it would be. I think it would be Mamdani, but he's not naturally born here, so that's really rough
Yeah, I
for
still have
us.
faith that Trump is going to accidentally rescind that natural born citizen. Like you have to be a natural born citizen to be the president. I think he's gonna get rid of it because there's gonna
For
be
what?
somebody.
For what?
I think there's gonna be somebody that comes up in their ranks before Trump dies that he's going to want to run for president next. It's gonna have way more motion than Tucker Carlson or JD Vance, and he's going to rescind everything, like rescind that as a constitutional amendment, and then but he's gonna accidentally get Mamdani like the presidency because of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because whenever Trump tries to do something to help his own party, he ends up helping everybody else except for his own party. You know?
Well, I think the thing that I mean, this is kind of a joke, but Mamdani needs to like figure out like he needs to be like on the pulse on when Trump's gonna die and then convince him like right before he dies to fucking sign an executive order that makes it so naturalized citizens can be president because I think he would win immediately. I mean,
Oh yeah,
he
he
has the juice,
there's
man.
no
He
doubt.
has the juice. I don't even know if he's old enough actually to even run.
He's not. He's 34.
Yeah. Well, he'll be there by 28 though.
Well,
But
yeah,
still,
that's
it's
true.
just like
Yeah, he's a
that.
stud
He
now.
would be. I mean, he has so much motion. It's actually crazy.
He does. It's actually ridiculous. I'm yeah. He's just like probably the best politician of our lifetime, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So far, at
Yeah.
least.
I mean, so far, I mean, genuinely for New York, I mean that New York hasn't done anything in so long, and it's like just in his first year, it's
Wait,
been crazy how much he's done.
if Mamdani can't be elected president, does that mean he can't be a vice president and he can't be the Speaker of the House either?
I don't know. I don't
Because
know.
those people are technically next in line for presidency, right?
I genuinely don't know if that's the case.
I don't either. I'm
Because
not sure.
I mean, I think he can be the Speaker of the House. I don't know if he can be Vice President though. I think this is the rules apply.
Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting though. I just didn't. It was just something that came into my head. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's the case. Uh,
Yeah, it is the same rules that apply.
it is. That's good to know. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know if I have anything else. I mean, I'm excited for this fucking speech on Thursday. That's for sure. I'll definitely be watching that. Uh, I will be watching the game just like Zoran Mamdani will be at noon today. So I won't be watching it on stream probably, but I'll probably be playing Apex Legends because the new Apex Legends update should be dropping here pretty soon at some point for the Cyberpunk collab. I will be playing that. That will be fucking awesome. Um, there was another video game thing that. Oh. Hold on. There was a video game news thing that I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
Now I don't remember what it was.
Talking about like the layoffs or
No. I don't remember what it was. Oh, no, I do. Fuck, it's a remake of a game from a long time ago that just came out. It's like they remade 1 and 2. God damn it, what is that game called? Fuck. It's like a fantasy RPG. Um,
like Fable?
Gothic.
God,
Yeah, the Gothic remake.
oh, shit. I've
You
never heard of this game.
you should look it up. It looks fucking so good. Um, yeah, the Gothic 1 remake. I think I'm going to play that on stream because it looks fucking sick. And apparently the people that played it originally were like this is like one of the best video game series of all time. And the fact that it's just getting a remake now is crazy, but we're happy that it happened, you know?
Yeah, I've never seen this game before, but it looks pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's really all I've got for the day, I think.
Yeah, really have. I don't have. I don't have more. There's been no real NFL news that's came out for a while, so
Yeah.
I think we're just waiting till preseason starts. Um, I think we should do the top after the World Cup is over, like top controversies of the World Cup, and like put them on a tier list. I think that would be hilarious
That would be really funny.
because there's been so many at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd like that. We should do that, and then we should do um we should
So
start
you
doing
you
all of our fucking mock drafts.
Oh my god. Okay, there is actually one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, never mind. Actually, well, I'll let's turn off stream before I tell you that. Actually,
Oh, oh, okay.
all right,
Sounds good. All
all
right,
right.
well,
Well, that's all we have today.
that's it.
Is
So
David's backyard ready for the FIFA?
we will see you in the next one, everybody. Have a good day.